What's up, Mario? Behold! I made a masterpiece for Princess Peach. What do you think?
This art hurt me! This art sucks!
Never thought we'd see the days of video game adaptations causing debate on if it's good. But somehow that's the Super Mario Galaxy movie, the sequel to the first animated Mario movie that was fun, but was lacking in places like, the other Mario brother. My man's Luigi was in prison the whole time. Thankfully with the sequel, my boy is given some justice. Not to mention the annoying out of place pop songs that just took you out of some of the moments. And the biggest criticism being that sadly there wasn't much to the characters other than some missing origin or daddy issues that weren't fully explored. It felt like just a big Nintendo commercial. I mean, as populated with NPCs and minions as Mario franchise is, as well as Illumination, how could they not fill the world with them? With the Galaxy movie, there's definitely some hype and concerns around it, with many hoping that it fixes the problems with the first and give it a truly amazing Mario adaptation. Does it do that? I can say it fixes some problems, but adds some that can understandably break the film for you. I'll hit you with a curveball and say it's better than the first.
The what?
So what's the story? Bowser Jr. is on the hunt for a strong source of power and to free his dad Bowser, who's still tiny from the ass whooping the Mario brothers laid on him in the last movie. Junior kidnaps Rosalina and wreaks havoc across the galaxy so he can free Bowser and rule the universe as father and son. Now Mario, Luigi, Peach, and a new guy Yoshi have to journey across the galaxy to stop the evil duo. From the adaptation side of things, this is pretty genuine like the first. The Mario brothers and Peach are as fun as they were in the first, but with less daddy issues. That's given to Bowser, who's in top goofball glory. Sadly, no Peach Ballard is in this one though. Bowser Jr. is just like he is in the game and is glorious for it. He's every bit that little shit stain that caused many a Sunshine player to chuck their GameCube out the window. Yoshi is a newcomer to the Mario crew and he's probably the best of everyone in the movie. He's basically a dinosaur that's got it all figured out. I thought Childish Gambino voicing him was too much, but weirdly enough, it's like Justin Timberlake as Boo Boo situation. He's somehow perfect in the role. He captured all of Yoshi's cuteness to a T. Now, thanks to spoilers from the marketing, which fuck you to whoever thought of that, but Fox McCloud is awesome as you'd expect. Genuinely wish I could have screamed in a theater when he showed up, but the surprise was sadly nerfed for me. He thankfully fits into the movie without being distracting, I'll be honest. People thirsting for him on socials better lead to a new TV show or movie, I mean it Nintendo, or definitely a new game that's just not the first game again. Now, if you're someone who loves Rosalina, I'm sorry to say they do not have her in this movie for long. She does get her badass moments, but at some point she pretty much just becomes Luigi from the first movie. She's just captured and that's it. They do not do anything really special with her, sadly. If you really just want to see the fan service of seeing her on the big screen, you're gonna get that, but that's all you're gonna get, sadly. Sorry, Fox McCloud actually ended up getting more screen time than Rosalina. That's actually the craziest thing to me.
Damn!
Now, if you're expecting there to be arcs for any of these characters, I'm not lying when I say everyone is the same from the end of the first film to the end of this one. There is no development going on with anyone, which is exacerbated by the way too fast pacing. There's a lot of moments that needed some time to breathe before moving on. They let Peach be the queen that she is and they give her backstory some attention, only to not really mean much. She makes a major discovery about herself that kind of breaks Nintendo's rules, but she never really has a moment to process it. She just basically gets back on her mission without truly taking it in. Hell, even when they resolve it, she still doesn't take anything in. I'll tell you this, Trolls 3 did Peach's plotline better. Hell, they did Mario's romance for Peach better. Bowser has a moment of having a bromance with the brothers, well, Luigi at least, but it goes nowhere. Hell, he has to start an arc of feeling like he needs to be a good dad, but even still, nowhere. The theme of this movie is nowhere. Courage the Cowardly Dog would hate living here. Nobody is different from the end. It definitely could have let the events of the movie set in for the characters or something. It's like they paused their arcs midway through to go get a sandwich and then they forgot to turn the game off. It moves pretty quickly to get to the end and it does some tell don't show. Hell, Yoshi gets introduced and he's just automatically included into the gang, which doesn't feel wrong. He actually fits in really nicely. It's kind of nice how they just take him in. But you wish there was a moment of them really connecting with him. It really does feel like it could have been a little longer to have its moments stick more, or connect the dots for some scenes. It can feel like random stuff happening just because at a lot of parts. There's like a reverse big-lipped alligator moment in this where it comes out of nowhere and doesn't really further anything. It's a cute sequence with a fun reference, but it's just really, you could have cut it and it wouldn't be missed, or you could have replaced it with, some development. The whole movie feels like it probably could have been the third one with how everything goes. I felt skeptical of them making the second one about Galaxy. It's like if the second Sonic movie went straight to Generations, but even with such glaring flaws, this is still better than the first film. One of the biggest reasons for me is none of those damn pop songs are in it. There are a few moments where some pop songs show up, but they're within context. Yoshi walking through Brooklyn with Hypnotize playing was very much needed. We don't get none of that dumbass 80s pop ballad playing while looking at beautiful scenery garbage happening. Just beautiful movie versions of the game's music, baby.
Oh, brother!
Look, that elevates this movie a lot for me. A good moment doesn't need a pop song to make it awesome all the time. The other thing for me is the story flows better here. It's more straightforward without too much detouring. Regardless of anything, this allows the characters more time to be themselves. It did have a lot to get through, but thankfully it doesn't get bloated. You do get to enjoy the characters in the moments, you just kind of wish there was more emotional attachment to what was going on. That's really it. You get the right amount of fanfare without it overtaking the main characters though. They just needed the main characters to take time to take things in. Now, the animation is definitely the biggest selling point. It's genuinely gorgeous to look at. You really feel like the Mario universe never looked so good. If you're a Mario diehard, the money is on the screen with all the references to fill the world. Which, small side tangent, I don't get folks hating on the Easter eggs. They're not really in the way of the story or characters, save for that one moment. I heard it be called a big Nintendo commercial, which, like, duh. I think we all knew Nintendo was never gonna let anyone go harder than them with a movie of their biggest franchise. Sega does what Nintendo don't, nigga. Of course, it's just gonna have a bunch of references to push sales. The first one kinda told us that. And anyway, that's why I'm more of a Sonic fan. Those movies do change the characters by the end of them. This just moves the characters from place to place with no growth, which is perfectly understandable reason to check out for any adult who's just not a Nintendo fan. Super Mario Galaxy is not great, but not terrible neither. I'd honestly equate this movie to Super Mario Wonder. All Flash with a few standout parts. It'll have its fans, but it's not the strongest material of this franchise. It's definitely not the bane of anyone's existence, as some critics or online folks will tell you. It's not the be-all end-all of the game adaptations, or even a Mario adaptation so far. It's just a fun, overly simple ride that maybe you'll like it, or maybe you'll hate it, or maybe you won't think much of it and move on. Me, I return to this more than the first just because it's a more straightforward ride. Super Mario Galaxy movie ain't moving the needle, but it's not poking any eyes out. If you're not a fan of Nintendo, skip like the plague. If you have kids and you don't like Nintendo, put this on and go do your taxes. If you're a fan, you can have fun with it, but you'll notice it's fairly mindless. It's a movie that goes beyond and nowhere at the same time.
Thank you.